that's why my boyfriend says I'm expensive, because I buy the good stuff. The good stuff.
Welcome to the Miracle Academy. This is your host, Scotty Cooper, and this is where miracles are expected. Welcome to the Miracle Academy podcast. This is your host, Scotty Cooper. Today I have one of my really good friends, and she actually is at our office, part of our team. This is Ange. Her real name is Angelika Roblowski.
Yes.
I got it right this time. She just goes by Ange, but she joined our team, and she is awesome and amazing, and I'm really excited to have you on the team. On the team and on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I really wanted to hear from you is about your story and how you got into chiropractic and how all that kind of started.
Sure. So I've always been into health. I've always been a runner, an athlete, always super into nutrition, eating right, all that stuff. And then there was just, for me, there was something missing when I was doing all of that. And I was in high school, and this chiropractor came and did a health talk to our class in the auditorium. And I was really intrigued by everything that he had to say. It wasn't just about chiropractic. It was that and the whole realm around it. And I was like, I want to learn and know more about this, because I've heard of chiropractors. I kind of have an idea of what they do, but it's better getting it right from the source than just Googling it. Mm-hmm. So the next day I called his office and I said, hey, I am really intrigued by everything you had to say yesterday. I'm really interested. Do you mind if I come shadow at your office? I said, sure. Came in and they showed me around. I met the team and they explained what they do there and what chiropractic is and how everything works. And I was like, all right, really getting excited. And then he was like, why don't you become a patient at the office, as well as shadow and volunteer and do some work here, and we'll teach you and see if you like this and maybe something that you want to get into. So it was interesting because I had got my x-rays taken so they could see kind of what was going on, and my neck was a really bad straight forward neck, which is not normal, not good. And my back, when I got my back x-rays, the bones were kind of twisted in an S shape. Oh. So I had a minor scoliosis, and I didn't put two and two together, but when I was growing up, I had always had headaches, and I never had a regular menstrual cycle. I had one every 6 months, and I was like, wow. When I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I'm so lucky. I don't have to deal with this. But when it didn't normalize with what all my other friends did, I was like, oh, maybe I need to look into something. Something's going on. Yeah. But then I started getting adjusted and getting under care and getting everything corrected, and everything just kind of normalized. And then that was my aha moment. And I was like, I want to be able to do this for other people. And so I went in and I got my kinesiology degree, and then I went to chiropractic school.
Wow. When you had that aha moment, what did that do for you, emotionally, and what kind of freedom did that give you?
It opened up a whole new world for me. Because for me, like I said, I was healthy, I was doing all the right things, but something was missing for me. Mm-hmm. So to be able to have that missing piece filled into that, mm-hmm. was I could do this for other people as well. And my personality is I'm a giver. I want to do stuff for people all the time. Right. Whether it's baking them something or
pierogies.
Yes. Pierogies, making pierogies, helping someone with their house, cleaning their house.
That's so neat.
Well, yeah. Or my parents around the house, babysitting my little brother and sister, and just anything and everything when I played sports, like just anything the team needed, I was like, I got it. And I always was that like giver. And I wanted to do that in a more impactful way. And I felt that chiropractic was the answer.
Wow. Now that you've identified that missing piece and that you can give like that, what's some of your favorite either stories or times you've been able to give to others here at Cooperstown?
Oh man, there's a few, but there's a couple times where people would come in with headaches and they're doing all this stuff trying to get it resolved, and there's like just one thing that I changed, that I worked on them for, and they came in, they're like, I haven't had relief like this in 3 months.
Wow.
And that can be pretty big for someone. But I think it's a work in progress. Sometimes you find the missing piece and then it leads you down another rabbit hole. And then you have to kind of solve that and then move on. So it's never like it's one and done and finished. It's always like, okay, what's the next step? And then get them to that level. And then the next level. Okay, we're there now. And then just keep elevating them, because people have goals, and one goal always usually leads to another goal. And I kind of look at it that way. Okay, maybe we got rid of your headache, but now what more can we do? And yeah.
What are you most passionate about with like working with people here? Is there like a specific demographic, or what's the most fulfilling for you?
I think for me, definitely nutrition wise. I love to read. I love reading and doing research on different I don't want to say fads out there, because there are some things that work for people and some things that don't. So, but definitely my passion is helping someone with their lifestyle that is sustainable and that they can do for a really long time. So that could be dietary changes, that could be exercise, could be mindset, those things all play into, making yourself better. And I love doing that for other people, for sure.
I mean, obviously you've had a great impact on all of us, but I think even like our family, like all of your kind of, like you're saying, dietary kind of changes, you made like this really good salad dressing that now we use every single night.
Yeah.
And we had it last night when we had our team for dinner.
Yeah.
And then like you taught my wife how to make bone broth, and it was amazing. It was really good. She has some like videos she's made that teaches you how to make it. And I was like, these are really good. And that's been really fun too, because we also have like the women's group that you've been able to help a lot of women with different things, and I think that's been really cool to see as well.
Yeah, it's funny when people ask me, what do I need to change, or what do you think? And sometimes I don't know where to start, because I don't want to be like, oh, you need to change this and this and this and that. But definitely making small changes makes a huge impact on people and how they live and their health.
Cool. So, this being the Miracle Academy, we like to talk about a lot of miracles that have happened. What's your favorite miracle you've seen here since you've been part of Cooperstown?
Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite miracle that has happened here. I have one patient, one practice member that comes in every week to see me, and my personality is that I'm a problem solver. So and I'm a doer. So I like to get things done and get problem solved.
Yes.
So when I don't want to say difficult, but when more complicated cases come in and I can't solve it right away, it really intrigues me and makes me work harder and do more research and that is probably kind of how I work. But so like one of my patients, like I was saying, would come in with like unrelenting pain, like visit after visit. And I had a moment where I'm like, I don't know what to do, you know? And then I had to take a step back and say to myself, I am doing everything I can. So it's not up to me how the body responds. So I was just like, I'm gonna do what I know I need to do, and I'm gonna let the body take care of itself. And she came in with like half the amount of pain that she was normally in the next time. And I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Like, I can do this. So definitely those cases that are trickier fuel me more, but it's tough, but I love it.
Awesome. So we were talking about some of those little changes that you make that make a huge difference. What are some examples of like little changes like everyone can make that would make a huge difference for their health?
Okay, I'm gonna list a couple.
Okay.
I think getting outside is very important. I love the outdoors. That's why I moved to California.
From where?
Canada. So getting outside every day is super important, whether it's for a walk, a hike, anything, yoga, whatever. I think just getting outside is number one. Number two, exercise kind of goes hand in hand with getting outside. It doesn't matter what exercise you do as long as you're moving. And that's one of the things that we focus on here at Cooperstown. But I love exercise. And for me, it is like a mental clarity, like mental ease. Every morning I need to go for a run before I come to work. And sometimes listen to podcasts, sometimes listen to music. But I just love seeing the sun come up. And for me, it just like wakes me up and just brings like the fire to my day. And then dietary wise or like food wise, I think reading your labels more and knowing what's inside of your food and the effects that it has on you. I think cutting out the oils, the bad inflammatory oils.
What are some of those? Because I normally when people ask me, I just direct that question straight to you.
Yeah, so there's 3 C's and 3 S's that we want to stay away from. So 3 C's are cottonseed, canola, and corn oil. And then the 3 S's are sunflower, safflower, and soybean oil. And then peanut oil and grapeseed oil. So these are omega-6 oils, and there are some omega-6 oils that are good, like sesame seed oil and evening primrose oil, like some of the oils that we use for our supplements. But those oils are really bad because they're highly processed and they use a lot of toxins and chemicals to draw the oil out, killing and denaturing a lot of the potential effects or benefits it could have. Also, GMO. They're all GMO and they're sprayed with pesticides. So I want to stay away from those oils.
Yeah.
Good oils, you can cook with coconut, avocado oil, and olive oil, but not extra virgin. Extra virgin is just for salad dressings. And you can cook with butter, tallow, animal fats. Animal fats are good.
Nice.
But I would say definitely taking out those oils, which are in a lot of chips, crackers even, nuts. They're really everywhere. So just reading the label more and drink water.
So what's like a typical meal? Because I think, it really opened my eyes when I saw a lot of the meals you make. And I mean, they were amazing. What is like a typical meal or like a lunch and dinner that you normally make?
Okay. Can I go through my daily routine?
I would love that.
Okay. Wake up in the morning. I'm trying to, that lyric, the Kesha. Wake up in the morning. I do my stretches while I listen to a podcast. So there is this podcast that I listen to called Quote of the Day, and it's 5 to 10 minutes, and there's always really inspiring quotes by different people each day, and I listen to it and see how can I incorporate that into my day today. So I do that. I'm trying to meditate more in the mornings, and then after I do those things, then I go for my run. Or I do like a circuit workout in my backyard or something outside. It's always outside. Even though it's cold, kind of. Get that done. And then, get ready for work and everything, come here, adjust. And then we typically don't eat so we intermittent fast until about 2 p.m. And sometimes we're so busy that we just don't eat. But for lunch, I'll usually make eggs, an omelet. I'll make an omelet before I come to work. Pack it up with sausage, bacon, cheese, eggs. And I don't use any more like peppers or tomatoes. I try and stay away from the nightshade family. Mm-hmm. So, but everything that I buy is organic and grass-fed and finished and pasture-raised and high quality, good fats. That's why my boyfriend says I'm expensive, because I buy the good stuff. Good stuff. And then we'll eat that, and then for dinner, usually steak. We eat a lot of beef and sweet potatoes. Love sweet potatoes. Squash. I'm always trying to change up. Not always. I try and see what works for my body, because I've eaten foods where I've noticed that it doesn't serve me, even though, the guidelines say that you should eat this and this and that. And for me, I just noticed that doesn't work for me. That's fine, but this does. So we eat a lot of good quality animal protein and less toxic fruits and vegetables. And yeah, that's kind of how I eat.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, because whenever you cook for us, it's like, wow, this is amazing.
I try. I've learned a lot from my mother. I'll give her all the credit. I learned a lot from her.
Nice.
She's a great cook. I'm so lucky.
Awesome. Cool.
That's why I had to exercise so much when I was younger, because I just would eat so many pierogies when I came home. And I was like, man.
That's funny. So, this is the Miracle Academy podcast. Is there anything else that you'd like the viewers at home to either know about you, or maybe a little tip for them that's like, hey, this is something that could dramatically change your life? It's like a little change. Anything else that you think that they should know?
So much. I would say be kind to yourself and be grateful for everything that you have. Be kind to yourself, because sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves. Oh, I had a cookie, or I had some chips, or oh, I didn't exercise today. I found that some days I would accidentally sleep in, and then I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't go for my run. And I would just be so hard on myself. And I noticed that didn't serve me. So learn to let go and be kind to yourself, because you have to be kind to others. So be kind to yourself first, and then you can reciprocate that. And just be grateful. Every day is a good day.
Great. Cool. Well, so for people that want to follow you or kind of see more of your story, where do they find that?
I am on Instagram as ANGWSKI. Kind of combine my first and last name because they're both really long. So.
Yeah. And then for other people that want to see the women's group,
yes,
where you kind of regularly are posting stuff, where is that?
Okay, so our women's group is on Facebook. So you can add me as a friend on Facebook, and then we can add you to the group. Or the Facebook group is called Women, Wonder, and Wellness. So.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I think you had a lot of excellent education that, people, I always forget the the oils, so I'm gonna rewatch this to remember that. And I like you were saying like the C's and the S's. That really helps me remember those. So
yeah, we'll have we have that on our day one and our detox friendly foods worksheets. So you can always pick those up and keep them on your fridge so you know what's up.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being on
Thank
the Miracle
you.
Academy podcast. It was really fun. Like I said, my name is Scotty Cooper. I'm your host, and this is where miracles are expected. Thank you so much.